Hi friends, so today we will learn macro. Okay, so you guys, why we are using macro and what is a macro? Okay, what is the advantage of the macro in the SAS in another software? Okay, so the macro when we are using this to avoid repetition. Okay, to cut down the length of the program. If you see this, I have written here to avoid repetition. If you have any step multiple times you're writing in the coding, okay, so you can use this to avoid repetition, to cut down the length of the program. So if you have a big program of suppose more than 100 lines, you can cut down and you can make it in the 50-60 lines. Okay, smart work from the hard work. Okay, so you can shift to smart work from the hard work. Okay, so let's understand what is a macro. It's the types of macro. Okay, so welcome, it's Astet, and here what we will learn. So after completing this class, student will understand what is a macro, types of macro, what is a macro variable, what does it do. Okay, use system automatic macro variables, understand how the macro system work, create and use user defined macro variables, define simple macros. Okay, so it is ultimately the type of macros. Okay, so we will learn the macro variables as well, that the types of macro. Ultimately, if I summarize this statement, these all statements: pass data from the data set into macro system, right? How conditionally runs SAS tabs based on the logic in your program. So yes, we will learn this. So now we will do the overview, SAS macro overview. So SAS macro construct input for the SAS compiler. Okay. Without macros, it is not easy to substitute variable tags in statement such as title to communicate across SAS tabs, to establish default values, and to conditionally execute SAS tab. Macros can do this and also hide complex code that can be invoked easily. I understand. I just read this, but you can't understand properly, right? Okay, so you will get what I mean to say from this statement. Okay, I'll give the example. Okay, in text, in titles, how you can use macro variable to reflect something there. Okay, like count, how you will reflect count in titles. So we can do this by macro. Yeah, so we will take a practical example so you can understand, so keep patience. Okay, by that time. Okay, so the SAS macro language, so how many components for this? So macro variables, there are macro variables and macro statements. So there are two components, the macro language. Okay, so macro variables and macro statement. So what is the difference between this macro variables and macro statement, that I will explain. So macro variables are used to store and manipulate character strings. Okay, follows SAS naming rules are not the same as data step variable, are stored in the memory in a macro symbol table. Okay, yeah, so this is a little bit difference. This is for technical things. Okay, I will explain. I will when we will do the practical things, practical example, so you can understand more. Okay, what is a this macro variables? How will they will create this? Second is macro statement. So how it will start, how we will identify. So it like begins with a percentage sign and a macro keyword and end with semicolon. Okay, the first things: assign values, substitute values, and change macro variables. Okay, we are talking about macro statements. Can branch or generate SAS statement conditionally. Okay, so I understand कि भाई आप लोगों को ना ये चीज सुन के सारा बाउंस जाता होगा ना अभी, थोड़ी थोड़ी चीजें आपको समझ में आती है. ओके, बट लेट मी एक्सप्लेन इजीली. ओके, how we will do this. So macro statement are given to the macro procedure before the compiler. Okay. So two special trigger direct action by the macro processor. So there are two important things. What? The first is percentage sign. Percentage sign may signify the start of a macro statement. So statement will start from the percentage sign. Please not this. This is very important to understand what is a macro statement and what is a macro variable. Okay. So the percentage sign, right? It will start from this. I mean, macro statement will start from percentage sign. And macro variables are referred to with ampersand sign. Ampersand, like this. It's ampersand. Okay. Yes. So, yeah, that is very important. Okay. And how many types of macro that we will learn? Method one, automatic macro, like this. User second method, मतलब user defined percentage late. Third is macro percentage man calling macro, and last one positional macro. There are other types as like global macro and local macro. See, in the interview they will ask types of macro. What is the difference between global macro, local macro? So for this, to give the answer of these questions in the interview and for your personal informations when you are learning macro, you should understand uh, macro variable, macro statement, percentage, ampersand. Okay. Yeah. So ampersand name. Okay. Ampersand, it will pronounce like this. Spelling is like, see, AMPERCEND, ampersand. Okay. So ampersand means what? Okay. Ampersand name. If suppose if I'm writing ampersand name, okay, so it means I'm referring macro variable. Okay. Right? Because say I already explained you. If I'm referring ampersand, then I'm referring macro variables. If I'm writing ampersand name, then I'm referring macro variable name. Yeah, perfect. So ampersand name refers to a macro variable and variable name is name. Replacing tag strings using macro variables explains how to create a macro variable. The form ampersand name is called a macro variable reference. Okay. So the important things are what? Two, macro variable, macro statement, variable, how we will define ampersand. Now statement, okay, percentage, okay. So percentage, suppose if we are writing percentage name refers to a macro, okay. Generating SAS code using a macros explains how to create macro, and here how to create macro variable, okay. The form percentage name is called the macro call. Okay. Let's understand. Okay. Let's understand. Slowly you will get the idea. Okay. So don't worry. If you are not getting idea, oh sir, what is this? This is really little bit tough. It is not tough and it is not complex. Okay. People have that mean that okay, macro is very complex. It is a part of advanced SAS. So nothing. It's very easy if I am teaching to you. Right? Okay. So let's start with the first method. So in this method, you will understand the macro statement. In this method, you will understand how will you use macro in the title statements. You will understand macro statement. You will understand lots of things here. So let's take a one example. So the first method, automatic macro. If we are saying ampersand, then we are referring what? Macro variable name. Okay. But yeah, here two things are very important. Okay. Please note down. So the thing is that we can create macro variable. Okay. And second, there is some default and automatic macro which is already available in the SAS. Okay. Like, so suppose If you have a question, so sir, how I can understand how many automatic macros are there in the SAS? Okay, so I have an answer. See, you just write down percentage put underscore all underscore. If you run this, you will get all the automatic macros there. So let's run and you will get the automatic macros. Okay, we will do practical, so it will be easy, huh? Let's run this. Okay, it's running. We'll give all the automatic macro list. Okay, and you know this now. Ampersand means referring automatic macro. Okay, if I'm referring ampersand sysdate system date, if I'm referring ampersand sys date, then it will reflect system date. Okay, okay. So if you see here log, these all are automatic macro. Okay. So for us, the important thing is what? Okay. The important thing is that like important things means important automatic macro. Okay. So C's version. Okay. System date. C's version where it is. If you see, yeah, system version 9.4, right? That which is important for us. Time zone. It is not important. Just I'm just explaining. Okay, okay. These all are macro, automatic macro. Okay. So sys date. Yes. Okay. So see, if we are writing here ampersand sys date. So now the question is what, sir? Where we will write and how it is useful. You said here in title, right? You said here, right? Yeah, in title we can use it that, right? How? Okay, that's interesting. So some precaution is what? In macro, double quotation must be used. Double quotation, not single quotation, double quotation for safety side. Sometimes if you refer single quotation, it will create the issues. Now you will say, sir, where we will use double quotation, single quotation? You just give the example, yeah. Okay, I'm giving the example, okay? But yes, what do you understand till time? Yeah. Pronunciation ampersand, okay? Ampersand, okay? Right? Macro variable. What is macro variable? I will explain it. But macro variable, macro statement, ampersand, percentage. Okay. So ampersand symbol is this, and ampersand name refers to macro variable. It is clear, guys, everybody? Yeah. Percentage indicate this name refers to macro. So this is basic difference. Okay. Now the first things, let's take a practical example to solve and to justify your questions. Huh? Yeah, okay, sir. At least give one practical example to understand. Okay, method one using automatic macro. Okay, so suppose I'm running this data sets and making payroll data sets. I'm checking payroll in the work library. If you see, we have a two observations, Tom Jean, employee and rate is a variable. Okay, okay. Now, see, I'm just doing prop pre data payroll. I'm using title print of dataset payroll and see, yeah, here I'm referring ampersand sys date, system date, sys version. So it means you should not write manually. What is the system version? It is obviously 9.4. What is system date? You should not write. It will reflect automatically. And that is the advantage of automatic macro. Right, guys? Yeah. Put not. SAS version use columns and ampersand says version. Okay. So you should remember this keyword. Otherwise, you can go help and you can check it, no issue. You can Google it. In the interview, suppose someone asks, okay, how I will get the SAS version, system version, then you should write and you should give the answer SYSVER, right? So in that case, you must remember. Otherwise, it's okay. Normally, all the SAS programmers they are doing Google after like 1 or 2 year experience. They are no not like taking importance of this. Why? Because see, we can understand that like we could not remember everything, right? And we cannot recall at proper time. So it's okay. We can Google it, we can check it. Even we can save this all the automatic macro at the desktop in any Word file. Okay, so let's run it. Let's check it. How? So expectation is what? When we will do when we'll run this data, sorry, this proc step here. So we will get this title and footnote. Title print of dataset payroll. Here we will get some values. Definitely here we will get the version. Here also we will get the version, system version. Okay, let's run it without wasting time and we can see. Okay, if you see SAS version use 9.4, footnote SAS version use double means colon is there. Yeah, and the system version is what? 9.4. Yeah. This is the advantage of the automatic macro. You got it, man. Yeah. Print of, see, now title. If you see print of datasets payroll, sys day. Okay. So sys day is Friday, this date, and this is the system version, right, guys? Yeah, this is a practical example of automatic macro. Hope everybody clear. अभी समझ में आ रहा है ना, धीरे धीरे अभी समझ में आएगा. अच्छा, it is very easy, भाई. Mm-hmm. Okay, if you want to get some details, ki bhai, okay, if I will, we will use in title, then it will reflect in the results, right, in the output as well. Okay, but if you want to just see what will be the value, you can. There is a one method. You just write down percentage put and person sys date. Semicolon. That's it. Percentage put ampersand says version. See, run any statement is here. If you see here log, okay, I'm just I'm clearing this log and I'm just running this, okay. Now system version you will get here, system version. Percentage put is right. Interesting, right? Isn't it? Yeah, it is very interesting, and we will get this value in the log if you are using percentage put. Okay, so what is the method to get all the automatic macro? Percentage put underscore all underscore. If you are writing percentage put individually, then you will get individually. Otherwise, you will get all the list of this. All means all list. So it's a keyword underscore all underscore semicolon. Hope you get the first method. Yeah, clear automatic macro. Okay, now second method using user defined macro variables. User means what? We are the user, right? Okay, so user defined, we can define. Yeah, we can define macro variables. How? Let's understand. Okay, how? Okay. So syntax, what is the syntax? Syntax is percentage lag. ओके हम बोलते हैं ना लेट्स गो लेट्स डू इट मैन जब भी कुछ करना होता है तो वी आर यूजिंग दिस कीवर्ड दैट्स व्हाई वी आल्सो selected this keyword when the people who made the SAS right at the time of the construction they selected this keyword percentage lat. Okay, we just need to write percentage lat, then variable name is name here and equal to value, variable value here payroll, okay, semicolon. So on by this statement percentage lat, okay, name equal to payroll, okay, percentage lat name equal to payroll, what will be happen? The first of all, it is a statement. Start with percentage here, macro statement, and with semicolon. Okay, okay, yeah. Begin with the percentage and with semicolon. Okay. Now I will explain what will be happen. Okay, when we are saying using user defined macro variables, how we will create user defined macro variables. Let's see. So here creating percentage let this keyword and we are creating variable. Okay, so here name is macro variable and this macro variable value. Okay, so now onwards, if I will run this, see, if I will run this, okay, so in memory, in SAS memory, SAS will refer, if you are referring amp, see how we will give the reference, how we will referring macro variable ampersand. So suppose if I will refer somewhere in title, somewhere in data step ampersand name, अगर मैं ampersand name लिखूंगा, it will consider payroll simple because payroll is the variable value, macro variable value, and name is the macro variable. So if I'm referring ampersand name. Suppose here, see, same simple example. I just want to say data, and I'm saying here ampersand name, ampersand reference, name. That means it will consider payroll. That's it. Yeah. Anywhere in any step in statement, if you are referring ampersand name multiple times, just assume what is the why we are saying avoid repetition multiple times. I'm using this uh payroll. Okay, in that case what I will do, if I'm using 3 times, yeah, 30 times, i will I will write one simple statement, macro statement, percentage let name is equal to payroll, and I will refer ampersand name every places. So it will take automatically payroll. I should not write everything. Okay, suppose how it is useful. Suppose I have a big name like this, like this, like this. Okay, suppose this is a name and I'm using 14 times in multiple data step, prop step. Okay, so what I will do, I will make a macro variable name. Okay, suppose xx. Okay, when I'm referring ampersand xs, so it will give this value. So that is the advantage, guys. Please note this. It is very good, huh? And it's very important. Okay, I'm just making like as previous. Okay, okay. So let's use it. So if I'm referring ampersand name, so it will create data payroll because I already created this user defined macro by this. Okay, prop print data ampersand name. Okay, again it will refer payroll. So prop print data payroll. Here also payroll. Title print of data sets ampersand name ampersand system version. So in title it will reflect here print of data sets payroll 9.4. Right guys? Yeah. We have already title and footnote, so we know that. What you already learned in the base SAS, right? Last chapter. The impact of the title. Yeah, so that's why. Let's see. Let's run it. Yeah. So if you see, we just run this data set. Okay. And we created the payroll. Already it is there. Payroll is there. Okay. So same data set will be replaced. To understand if I'm saying one, so it will create one here. I should run first and again this, right? Payroll one, yeah. And here also it will create this. Yeah. Print of data set. Payroll 1 and system version 9.4. SAS version use 9.4. Okay. So here title, name, payroll 1, 9.4. Okay. So this footnote, why this footnote is coming? Anybody has any idea? Because we already used that. Okay. So title will be replaced according to title's rules, right? But we did not use footnote here, so it is reflecting here. So if you want to see properly, you should shut down the system. Sorry, not system. You just close the window once, and once again you should start the SAS and then you should run. So you should save the program and then you should close this session. Okay. So got it clear? Let's take one more example. Okay, so it will create the SAS code will be generated as below. This payroll 1, payroll 1, 9.4, right? Code is like this, yeah. See, payroll 1, here, this code, yeah. Okay, okay. So suppose if we are writing here, percentage late name is equal to new pay, then what will be happen? Same code, what will it will refer? So wherever we are writing name, ampersand name, it will refer new pay, right? Yeah, like this. Suppose I'm running this and I'm saying name is equal to new pay. That's it. So if I'm referring ampersand name, it will refer new pay. Okay. So same data sets here. See, suppose if this is a program, so जहां पे नेम लिखा है ना एम्परसेंड नेम वहां पे आ जाएगा न्यू पे न्यू पे दैट्स इट so that's why it's a macro variable name. Okay, when we are referring ampersand, guys, okay, let's take one more example where we will use automatic macro and user defined macro. Okay, so user defined percentage lag and automatic macro, we know this. We have a list. So suppose data cars set cells help dot cars run semicolon. I'm running this. Let's see data cars. Okay, yeah, we are getting from SAS help. If you see this make, this is a variable model type origin drivetrain. Okay, this is the yeah. If you go in column labels and names, yeah, this variable names. So Acura, Audi, BMW, this is the company name, na? Yeah, Ford, Honda, Hyundai, Jaguar. This is a model type origin. Okay, okay, guys. If I'm saying, okay, now see how I will use a macro variable as well. Percentage late. What I'm saying, percentage late and I'm making macro variable. Whatever the name you want to give, you can give here. See, here I'm giving make underscore name. Okay. And I'm saying value is what? Audi, right? Yeah. Percentage late macro variable name is equal to macro variable value. So in this statement, what we can interpret? So I'm making one macro variable. उसका नाम क्या है? Make underscore name. Okay. Is equal to Audi, right? Why I am writing here in quotation? Because it is a value. Yeah, that's why. Variable value. And this is characters, that's why it is in quotation. Okay. Okay. Make underscore name is this. If I'm running this, if I will run this, say, okay. That means it when we will refer person make name, it will refer audio. Same things with this. I will run this. If I'm running this, type name. If I'm referring person type name, it will refer spots. Okay, guys. So let's see. If I'm doing prop bring data cars, where make is equal to person make name. Okay, so make, see, you know this, make is the variable. We already explore var statement, right? Filter. So make is a variable. If I'm applying this make, where make is equal to ampersand make name. So it will refer Audi. Okay, here Audi. In quotation. Because it is a value, that's why we already given the quotation. If we are not giving the quotation, then you should write here quotation here. Okay, ultimately thumb rule should must be followed. Then only if I'm not writing here, it's okay, then we should write here. Ultimately this is a character variable, so this value should be in quotation, right? Okay, so just use the thumb rule. Okay, yeah. And see, make is equal to od means who made this. We need manufacturer, like make, who make this Audi. Okay, and type is equal to n type name. N type name means spots. So type is equal to here, like, okay, so Audi, in Audi, see, if you filter here, make is equal to Audi. Lots of categories, see, lots of categories there. Make Audi and what, and type is equal to, and type equal to lots of category. Sedan, sports, wagon. We selected sports, right? So same things. So it will filter like this. उसको क्या चाहिए? ऑडी एंड स्पोर्ट्स कैटेगरी, ठीक है, तो उसकी उसी का ही डेटा चाहिए. यस, टाइटल में दे दिया सेल्स ऑफ, सेल्स एज ऑफ डेट, डे एंड डेट लिख दिया, ठीक है. अभी आप देखोगे यहाँ पे, ओके करोगे यहाँ पे, तो आपको वही रिकॉर्ड मिलेंगे, ऑडी वाले, स्पॉट्स वाले, ठीक है. यस. So if we will run this, we will get the automatic macro and filter as well. Okay, this four records, block print. See, this four records. Yeah, same. What we will get from the filter, huh? Where filter? Sports and Audi. Yes. And the title says as Friday and the date. Clear, guys? Yes. So above code will read by SAS system as below. So here it will consider Audi in quotation, because already used quotation, and type is equal to sports. Yes. Hope it is clear. Okay, then we are keeping till this. Okay.